What's up? Welcome to Meme Wars. And I just want to let both of you know that I will be your Huckleberry. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Terrible loss.
You don't realize how many movies Val Kilmer's in, but is it a lot? He's like Kevin Bacon almost, like crazy when you start looking back.
He wasn't in a movie except for Maverick in the last 20 years, though, right?
Well, he was in Rico. Is your microphone not plugged in as usual?
Yes. Don't sit so close to the armrest.
God
Rico
forbid.
likes putting his microphone on the other side of the room.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He was. Yeah. He was in some movie called The Iceman, which is like he was in Norway or something, I think, and he was like a cop trying to solve a killing thing where they made snowmen. But they'd put a dead body in the snowman and then they'd pack ice around him. And then the snowman would melt and they'd be like, oh, a dead body. And he was in that, but he could barely talk. And as you know, in Maverick, he could barely talk because he still had that cancer, which is very sad. I usually don't give two damns when actors die or when most people die, if I'm being perfectly frank. But his performance has really stuck out. Tombstone, which I have a meme about, I'll share. Top Secret, one of the first Zucker Brothers movies. He's in it. It's hilarious. Heat, of course, fantastic. The Saint. And I didn't play this clip because I didn't want to get us, slapped on YouTube. But there's a great scene in, I think it's a Ricky Gervais comedy show. But he's at a restaurant and Val Kilmer comes up and he's wearing his Batman cowl. And he's like,
he was in that.
Yeah, everybody did. That's okay. John's on audio only because John's got no power, by the way, which we'll joke about in a moment. But he goes up and he's in the Batman cowl, and Ricky Gervais is like, what are you doing? And he's like, because I'm I was Batman. I don't know why I do this. Nobody ever gets it. And he's like, yeah.
How do you not shout out The Doors? He was awesome. Jim Morrison.
The Doors too. Well, I'm just not going to name every Val Kilmer movie.
Well, that's the one that stuck with me because I think he does a really good job as Jim Morrison. Whatever.
Excellent. Well,
Jim Morrison, whatever. Yep,
yeah. I mean, really, the question is, can you find a Val Kilmer film that he's not great in? And I don't think you can. Maybe Batman.
Also, the only man I've ever heard of named Val.
Val Venus?
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Wow, it took me 1 second to dispute Odie's
Is Val
claim.
short for something? Is his full name Valerie? Is it just a man
Valentino?
named Valerie?
I think it's Valentino,
Is it like
right?
that Johnny Cash song, Boy Named Sue, but it's with Valerie?
Maybe he was a value birth at the hospital. He went to a discount hospital. They're like, we'll name him Value because we saved so much money, and he just went by Val.
He was actually in a lot of movies the last 20 years. Not super high ratings or anything, but yeah.
Well, it's probably like Bruce Willis. When Bruce Willis started having all his issues with his brain not working right and just not be able to speak, he still was in a ton of movies, and it's almost like abusive. It's like watching Joe Biden get trotted out there. He was in all these movies with roles where he didn't talk that much. He just would be like, oh, looking and running around, and it was but he kept cranking them out still, and they're all direct to Netflix,
don't
Hulu
stop,
originals.
buddy.
Yeah,
That is pretty messed up, though.
it is. Right?
From a moral standpoint, that is pretty much abuse.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, speaking of abuse, while your power's been out, Odie, you just been jacking it?
No, went to a coffee shop for a little bit to get some internet and charge things up.
Jacking it there. Oh, because it's hard to jack it at home with no power. Not going to plug your laptop in.
No.
Sir,
scheduled,
get out of the bathroom.
Scheduled power outage, which I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is. And
I've never heard of that before.
I haven't either.
Why do you need a scheduled power outage?
Well, they got to fix some lines, or your audio still sounds like shit, Rico. Your microphone is not plugged in. 100% not
Rico, do
plugged
you know
in.
a microphone is supposed to be in front of your face?
It's not that. It's not. It's definitely not. Like the input is not set to it. It's using computer audio. I can tell.
Using AirPods, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Scheduled. Whatchamacallit.
Using computer audio.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Scheduled outage, and like I was telling Brian and Rico pre-show, my desk is just shut up, Rico. Shut up. My desk is stuck in the standing position, so I'm standing. I have no lights. So I got all the windows open. Yeah, so that's my life right now.
I think it looks better. I think the angle's better, and I think your camera looks better now.
The bad part is just this ceiling. If I get rid of this, I would go. Yeah. I would stand during all my podcasts. But
yeah, I know. Yeah. It's funny. The ceiling fan is exactly next to your head. It's a little off-putting. Yeah. Well, speaking of like I said, let me share a meme real quick of a Val Kilmer meme, since we're talking about Val Kilmer here, and then we can talk a little bit about Liberation Day, which is upon us. The Liberation Day tariffs. So here's the. Let me add Rico in. Oh, he good. Oh, he added himself in. Look, he's figuring it out.
I added him. He can't add himself.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so I didn't even get to make my joke about Odie's tower, but I'm going to make it now anyways, out of turn. Who knew that Cricket Wireless provided power to the Pittsburgh area?
It's amazing.
Good one.
All right. So in honor of Val Kilmer, the Babylon Bee had a good post here. Good meme. Nation's men honor Val Kilmer by quoting Tombstone all day like usual. And I was like, yeah, exactly. I was my wife, when Val Kilmer died, she was like, oh, you know what? We should watch Tombstone. And I was like, I just watched that last week. I don't want to watch it again right now. And it's true. I just watched it because it's just on. And I was like, oh, Tombstone's on. I might as well watch it again. It's fucking great.
What, do you still have cable?
It's on. No, it's just on, like, it'll be on streaming. It'll just pop up in my like Amazon box. I'm like, oh, okay, boop. I'll watch that. I'll stay up and watch that, man. I'm not as sick as I'm made out to be. It'd be great if Val Kilmer was faking his own death and then came out and said that line. Oh, Easter's coming up. What if he emerges from a cave? The Kilmer cave.
Well, that would be more than 3 days. So,
well, that's why he's better. Even better. Bigger and better.
Better than Jesus. That's
better than Jesus.
What he would like to be known as.
What are you guys giving up for Lent? You both lent it.
I don't lent it. I'm not Catholic.
Oh.
I dabbled in that a little bit, giving stuff up, but I don't know. I don't really believe in that whole thing. That I used to, eat just fish on Fridays, but the only good thing about it is you can get a good fish sandwich on Fridays, which is nice. You get more places doing it, but
I turned back when I had cable. I was so confused one time because there were all these fillet of fish commercials. Like every commercial was a fillet, like different restaurants. And I was like, I turned to my wife and I was like, what the hell's with all these fillet of fish commercials? She's like, oh, because, Easter. I was like, oh.
You didn't know it was Lent?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it. I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate.
You don't remember when Marco Rubio went on TV on Ash Wednesday with a giant cross, which was crazy because anytime you get a cross on Ash Wednesday, it's never a perfect cross. It looks like someone just dots their hand in ash, and it looks like a big circle. Yeah. Like he had it professionally drawn on, apparently.
His is a stencil.
Makeup artist put it on right beforehand, probably.
I would like that. Actually, if the priest at the church, he had just a stencil and just like puts it on your head and just throws some ash at you and you have a perfect little.
Oh, it takes so long. Oh, my God.
They should have a stamp that they stamp in
ash stamp.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll bring that up.
You should invent
bring
that.
your own.
You can sell it to all the Catholic churches. The ash stamp.
Make one out of a potato. Remember potato stamps?
Stamp, put in the ash. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Seriously, bring a potato you cut across in two, and then just dip that in the ash. Be like, here, out of the way. Show them how it's done.
It would be a lot quicker.
My computer's probably going to die. So if I disappear, that's what happened.
All right. Well, laptop. I'll say Rico's going to achieve sainthood because he potato ashes people at a faster rate than anybody in history. Yeah, laptops always die immediately. It's amazing. Like the laptop batteries are horrible. Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Good point.
I was going to say
Brian.
something else fun about the Catholic Church.
Go.
Now that we're talking, like, you probably haven't been to church in decades, Brian, but sometimes they take like this thing that has holy water and they'll like swing it back and forth. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Remember that? And it would just like splash people like that were close to the aisle, and then other people wouldn't get it at all. And it just seemed like, why are you doing this?
They should have. Do they have zones in the church dedicated where people like the splash zone, like at Gallagher shows?
Bring a visor. You're in the splash zone.
Now I'd go to church if they had that. I'd sign me up.
You really need to change it up more. Keep you on your toes.
The Catholic Church,
right?
They brought in like super soakers.
Yeah.
They had like the altar boys like with super soakers spraying everybody with holy water. Yeah.
Nice hot day. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't enjoy that?
In their bikinis, the bikini bottoms, the altar boys.
No. I haven't seen a lot of women at church. I want to see bikinis, unfortunately.
No.
Maybe in LA. Maybe they got hotter Catholics out there.
It depends on the neighborhood, if I'm being honest. So let's talk about Liberation Day. I will share a meme and we can talk about it because it's crazy. Cats eating dogs. It's nuts out there with all these tariffs being levied. I will say that I don't know if I believe Trump saying he's like, every world leader's called me to negotiate. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe not. But the stock market certainly is taking a beating. Everything's down. It's like everything's in the red. There's a great meme that is from Seinfeld when the Kenny Rogers sign is blasting red light into Kramer's apartment.
That's one of the best episodes.
That's so good. So it's got the photo of Jerry opening the door and it's all red. He goes, "What's going on in there?" And then Kramer going, "It's Liberation Day, Jerry." Which, of course, is what Trump is calling it.
I don't understand.
Is that the Seinfeld episode where they then switch apartments?
Yeah.
Kramer can't take it. And
then Jerry acts like Kramer.
Yeah.
Classic episode. I should rewatch that episode.
I might watch it as soon as this is over.
It's a good idea. Everybody should. We'll boost them up. But yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
see.
I think countries are starting to chime in. I'm probably going to die here in a couple. My battery's going to die, so I'll give my piece now. I did see that Vietnam apparently just reached out. They're excited to take their tariff down to 0. The UK is talking about negotiating. The EU is being a bunch of dickbags, but that's expected. But I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's like a libertarian way to go about anything. But we don't live in a libertarian world, and while the graphic they put that the White House put out saying these are the tariffs that we're paying other countries, that wasn't really true. That was more like trade deficit ratios than actual tariffs we're paying. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. Trump, does Trump lie? Does Trump, kind of play around with the truth? Yes, but he has a goal, and he's trying to get more manufacturing back to the United States ultimately, which is a good thing. Which I saw our friend Clint from Liberty Lockdown say, well, people don't realize, what's going to happen is manufacturing jobs are going to come back to the United States, and there's going to be nobody to work them, so robots will work them. And I'm like, why is that a bad thing? That's a good thing. Robots will work them, cheap labor. We can have cheap products. Don't have to ship them across the world. I love it.
I mean, that part's good, but the problem is, in the interim, it's going to be a lot of pain. And I don't think it's going to actually get to that point. Some manufacturing will come back. This is mostly just to get people to lower their tariffs on our goods, and that's the whole game. So hopefully that happens. But all these people, and I tweeted about this. There are these people that are like, buy American. Like anybody complains about tariffs or the trade war, they're like, "What do you buy American?" Like you can't buy American for products that aren't created here, and you can't create an industry overnight. It's like, doesn't happen. It's not possible. It will be years before these products are available, and in the interim, we will be getting completely fucking screwed on the price increases if these tariffs continue, which they will not. But it just is aggravating to me when people yell buy American, because it's just the most ignorant, stupid thing people could say. I do want more manufacturing here. I want those jobs back. I want more products made here. But again, that's going to take years. Even when these companies come back, like Volkswagen, I think said they're going to open up a plant here or they're, Ford, whatever, we're going to source and open up plants here to avoid tariffs from overseas. Great. How long does it take to make an auto plant? I'm guessing it's not like, next week.
Well, there's a lot of empty ones.
Yeah, that's true.
You, they could probably just fix some of those up that have been just sitting shut. There's a giant one halfway between here and Pittsburgh, right off the turnpike.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a Chevy one, maybe. But it's like miles long. And you drive by it, and it's huge parking lot, and you'll see like 30 cars because they don't create anything. I'm sure they could, get that one back cranky, but you need all the other parts and stuff.
Yeah.
You need the steel.
That's the other thing, right? It's all these components. They're like, yo, buy American. You're like, well, the components that they used even to make all these products are sourced from overseas. Like, people don't understand the supply chains and how these things are all interconnected now.
Well, what about the theory that he's kind of tanking the stock market to get the interest rates so people will buy the bonds, get the interest rates lower because the huge debt needs to be refinanced? It's coming due this year.
That's an interesting
like
theory.
9 trillion or something that they have to finance. So he wants to get a lower rate on that. Who knows? I mean, as long as you don't need to sell stock anytime soon.
Yeah, I'd say it's a middle finger to people that are dependent on that stock market. But yeah,
Great time to buy stock.
Well, I was going to ask, what stocks are we buying? I have a couple grand I can throw at something. I was literally looking before this call at like the biggest droppers from blue chip stocks that I might want to buy into again.
I just bought
Hopefully
some
Rico sold United
Constellation Energy. My computer's going to die any second now. Constellation Energy. I've
heard this line before, Odie. You keep promising your computer's going to die, and it never does.
I can't. I have no mouse anymore. Somehow it's still on. No
mouse was taking up 0.5% of the energy.
I mean, funny the mouse is its own battery power. It's just besides in solidarity with the computer. It's like when old people die next, like the wife dies and the husband dies like a day later. They can't be without each other.
3 weeks later with the dog dead in the closet.
Yep. Oh,
that's all the time.
We don't have as good memes coming out from the death of what's his face from Hoosiers. Anyway, the whole tariff thing. Well, I don't know. We'll see. As I said on my show, look, we'll see. It's begun. Ain't nothing I can do about it. So we'll wait and see. I'll share one more meme. We'll see if Odie can make it to this last meme before we call it quits. This was really, really funny. Like fucking just really made me laugh out loud funny. But all these asshole protesters that are, outside of Tesla dealerships, and they're paid protesters, by the way, 100%. But there was a great meme. It's got Don Draper, and he's standing in front of a pitch sign. He goes, a Tesla dealership, but staffed with Waffle House employees. And it's got a picture of a Waffle House girl holding a chair. And then in the comment, this guy, Edgar Friendly, he wrote, let's slip the dogs of war. It just cracks me up. Because have you seen any of the videos from Waffle House employees just like jumping over the counter to beat the shit out of assholes that are like eating there that are causing trouble? They're great. There's like 10 of them.
I have not seen any of these. I guess I don't have the good them. I got to start searching better.
Oh my God.
When they hire Waffle House employees, is that like a box you check, like willing to fight to the death if needed?
They send you to training.
Here, wait, I'll play
this.
They make
you spar.
This is, yeah. Yeah, you have to win the Kumite in order to be a Waffle House employee. Okay, wait, here we go. Let me play this video for you, because this is where the meme took the drawing from of the chick with the chair. All right, so check this out.
Here's the thing. You see how she blocked?
Wait.
Here's the thing.
They threw the chair at her.
We watched this on Meme Wars before.
Sure. I think we did.
I never saw this.
I'm gonna mute it so I have to listen to these idiots talk over it. Not you idiots, different idiots. Watch this. The guy throws a chair. It's like a hot blonde chick hucks a chair over the counter, and she fucking Matrix catches it. Wow.
It's like nothing. Nothing.
That's amazing.
She's seen some shit in her day.
God
So you think
damn.
this is the first time someone's thrown a fucking chair at me?
She's like,
Nothing.
it's
They
like
actually
the meme.
caught it with their hand and threw it down.
Oh yeah. It's like the opposite of the meme, like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. She's like, ma'am, this is a Waffle House. You will now be killed. She just hunts her down in the parking lot. Oh, God, it's good stuff. That's good stuff.
She's wasting her talent.
Yeah, why is she not, entering a dragon somewhere?
Needs better advice.
Kumite, man. Kumite. All right, that's all I got. Odie made it.
Yeah.
Hakuna
I bring
Matata.
nothing to the table, so nothing
Yeah.
for me.
All righty. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. One final note. YouTube commenters can be so mean. We announced that Lou Perez is joining the Lions of Liberty, and somebody wrote in the comments on YouTube, have him replace Odie on Meme Wars.
Done. It's done. That's in his contract.
Well, bad news, jerk offs. Meme Wars is going behind the Lions of Liberty paywall, and we're going to be putting out a new show, which will be announced shortly. So go if you want more Meme Wars. If you want to keep watching this show, you can go to patreon.com/Lions of Liberty or lionsofliberty.locals.com, because that's where Meme Wars is going to live by the 1st of May. So right up your ass. All right, guys, peace out. Enjoy your weekends. From me, from Rico, from Odie, and from the Lions of Liberty Network. Meme on, and happy Liberation Day.